Alright, so with the MLS season finally ready to start this week, I thought it would be fun to take a look at some of the younger players that will be looking to break out or build upon previous successful performances. Keep in mind this is not meant to be a definitive list on the best young players, but just some that I will be following closely. If one of your favorites is not listed, please let me know in the comments down below, as I may do another one of these videos before the season starts. Alright, let's get into it. Number 10. Cameron Harper, New York Red Bulls. So I first became aware of this player back in September of last year. He was at Celtic then and barely started making the bench for their first team. I had hope, as I'm sure the player did too at the time, that this was just the start of some substantial playing time for the legendary Scottish club. But unfortunately, Celtic was a bit of a hot mess and probably still is currently, and he only ended up playing a whopping 60 minutes for the first team. Though he was with the reserves and obviously played more there, and in fact there are some cool highlight videos on YouTube that you can watch. What I liked was that he was a right winger that preferred to stay wide, draw defenders to him to create space for the striker or attacking midfielders, and then get a laser pass to them. Or if he felt he had the chance, he might just take the shot himself from that side. So he'd probably get more assists than goals, which I felt was just fine. Plus, the right winger spot for the USMNT was still wide open, and I had hoped that he would challenge for that spot. Things have changed a bit since then, for both the player and the USMNT. But if he has a great season with Red Bull, then he can definitely earn a chance with the national team. While things didn't quite work out for him in Europe so far, but hopefully this move to MLS can be just what he needs to get his career back on track. Hopefully he can get a substantial amount of game time and further his development. Number 9. Chris Gloucester, New York City FC. Another player that was in Europe, but things just didn't really work out. He was with Jong PSV, the reserve team for PSV Eindhoven, despite having a pretty good 2019-20 season where he had 14 starts in just 16 games. This last season was pretty lackluster, only playing 6 games. I don't know the reason why, whether he had a dip in form or if the team had other players ahead of him. Either way, he is back in the States now, and hopefully he will have a very productive season with New York. Hopefully he can get some substantial game time and maybe solidify himself as a starting left back. He is competing with 2 other players for that spot, Malte Amundsen and Gudmundur Thorarensen. Hopefully I pronounced those right, but I see no reason why he can't make that starting spot his own. Number 8. Ricardo Pepe, FC Dallas. One of the younger players on this list, he did have a bit of a breakout season last year, getting 2 goals and 1 assist in 17 games, so he will definitely be looking to build on that this year. However, he will be behind Jesus Ferreira and Franco Jara, their DP signing, in the pecking order. But the good news is that Jesus isn't always played as a striker, and Pepe does seem to have gained his coach's trust, as seen on the last few games of Dallas' 2020 season, where Pepe scored the stoppage time equalizer in their playoff game against Portland. And he has played very well in preseason this year as well, scoring the winning penalty against Austin FC to win La Copita preseason tournament. Hopefully he will get plenty of chances this year to show what he can do, and who knows, if he does, well, he can earn a move to Europe like teammate Brian Reynolds. Number 7. Efrain Alvarez, LA Galaxy. Most have probably already heard about this young dual national. He had a decent season last year, picking up 1 goal and 1 assist in 16 games. May not sound like much, but remember, in the 2019 U17 World Cup, he scored 4 goals and 2 assists in just 7 games. He has a killer of a left foot and is good on the ball. And while he was at the Galaxy, Zlatan consistently praised his ability, and Zlatan isn't one to just give out praise lightly. However, Efrain's biggest problem seems to be his weight. Hopefully this isn't an indication of poor work ethic and commitment, but that will remain to be seen. And he should be definitely getting more game time this season as the Galaxy aim to improve their attack. I'll be watching to see how he links up with fellow countryman Chicharito as well. Number 6. Anthony Fontana, the Philadelphia Union. Already coming off the back what could be considered his breakout season, as he played 16 matches and scored 6 goals. The young attacking midfielder will definitely be getting lots more playing time this year, as Paxton Aronson departed for Europe, and Fontana looks to be his natural replacement. He already got a start in the Union's first competitive game this year in the CONCACAF Champions League, where he put in a strong performance. This shows he has the trust of his manager and looks to be a starter for the MLS season as well. Fans also have high hopes for him, so it will be very exciting to see what he can do this year. Number 5. Paxton Aronson, the Philadelphia Union. Another Union player to look out for. Looking pretty good for Philly so far.
Go into Philly!
Paxton is of course the younger brother of Brendan, who, as we already mentioned, got the move to Salzburg early this year. Now Paxton, who is also a midfielder, did play for Philadelphia 2, previously known as Bethlehem Steel, last year, where he got a goal and an assist in 14 games. However, this year he will be with the first team in MLS, as he did sign a pre-contract that became effective at the beginning of this year, and is listed in the roster for this season. Now, how much game time can he realistically expect? Not much really, as the Union do have a lot of midfielders, but he should be able to make the bench regularly and come on as a sub. Hopefully he can even get a couple of starts if he does well. Either way, the future looks bright for this young player. Number 4, Paxton Pomykal, FC Dallas. A player who started the 2020 season with high hopes and looking to improve upon the breakout season before, where he played 26 games and got 2 goals and 2 assists. Unfortunately, his season was upended by injury and subsequent surgery. However, according to preseason reports, it seems like he is back, healthy, and stronger than ever. Does that mean he will be an automatic starter for the whole season? Probably not, and that's for the best. Most likely he will be coming on as a sub at first. As he improves his match fitness and is able to support full 90 minutes, then he will probably be starting later on as the season goes. But obviously they will be monitoring him closely to avoid a repeat injury. But if he is able to regain the same form from 2019, then he could be a big star this season and work his way back into the USMNT conversation. Number 3, Caden Clark, New York Red Bull. One of the most exciting young players in the whole country, as he had a great year, playing in 12 games in the USL and scored 3 goals and 5 assists. Also got a few games in MLS and got 2 goals in just 7 games. Jaw-dropping numbers for a 17-year-old American. A skillful and technical player who can dribble the ball through the midfield and then get a precision pass to a wide player. Apart from his good dribbling and passing skills, he also seems very press resistant, which is essential, especially for him to succeed at a higher level league. And oh yeah, he can score goals, even from distance. He can pretty much do it all. He probably has the highest ceiling of all the current young American prospects. And regardless of how this season goes for him in MLS, it's already guaranteed that he will move on to RB Leipzig in Germany next year. But everyone, including myself, is expecting him to have his best season yet, and hopefully can even get into the double digits with goals and assists. Number 2, David Ochoa, Real Salt Lake. By far the young goalkeeper with the highest ceiling in the US, coming off a solid 2019 season in the USL with Real Monarchs, he will now play with Real Salt Lake for this season, where he should be their starting goalkeeper. Now he did play in the pre-Olympic tournament in Mexico, where the US was eliminated by Honduras, in part due to a mistake made by Ochoa himself. However, prior to that, he was the team's best player by far and really showed his talent. Good with his feet, comfortable in the box, and capable of coming up with some big saves. I still expect great things from this player and can only improve and grow from here. So I will be eager to see how he does in this first full MLS season. Number 1, Werner Souza de Silva, FC Cincinnati. Probably the biggest signing in MLS this offseason, as the young Brazilian forward was in demand after a stellar season in the Brazilian Serie A, where he scored 11 goals and nabbed 3 assists. He picked up interest in some of Europe's biggest clubs. Now that doesn't mean he got concrete offers from those clubs, but still, the interest was there and he chose to come to MLS. No doubt he is expected to have a great season and potentially move to a bigger club in Europe. This is great news, not just for FC Cincinnati, but for MLS as a whole, as they continue to grow as a selling league, aka a farmers league, but hey, that's definitely better than the retirement league MLS used to be. Now, if Brenner is successful, then it will encourage more young South American talent to do the same, and use MLS as the go-to place to then springboard to top European clubs. So pretty much everyone will be looking to see how well Brenner does this season. So that's my list of some of the top young players to look out for in MLS this season. Please tell me yours, and if you guys like this, then maybe I could do another video discussing more top young MLS talent. Thanks for watching. This is American Soccer United, the place where American fans unite.